Well, the reason behind that poor performance is still up for debate, but President Obama is having a little bit of fun with it at his own expense. But what else is he revealing? We brought in our PIX 11 contributor and body language expert, Tonya Reiman. She's here now with more on what's behind those words, Tonya.
You know, it's interesting. Whoever watched this, I think they were scratching their head and saying, where was this gentleman last Wednesday? So as we watch this next clip, what I want you to do is not only watch the body language, but I want you to listen to his voice and listen for the difference in the cadence, tone, and pitch. So let's roll it.
Everybody here is incredible professionals. They're such great friends, and they just perform flawlessly night after night. I can't always say the same.
Okay, so I love that he says, I can't always say the same, because we tend to really bond with people who can self-deprecate. It makes us feel like we can really relate to them. In addition to that, as he says, you know, I can't always say the same, he tucks his neck down, which in and of itself is a sign of vulnerability, so you can tell he's being genuine here. The next clip is a little different. As we're watching the next clip, what I want you to do is focus mostly on the mouth area. So let's roll that clip.
Back in 2008, everybody always remembers the victory, but they don't always remember the bumps in the road. You know, things always look good in retrospect. But in the middle of it, we made all kinds of mistakes. We goofed up. I goofed up. But the American people carried us forward.
Mouth puckering, mouth inward, lip rolls, biting the lip. This is where you can really see it. But these are things I want to point out. You see how he crosses over his body, scratches his ear, and avoids eye contact when he's initially talking? These are like self-pacification gestures, so he doesn't have to actually look at the crowd as he's speaking, which takes some of the pressure off of him. That was the first thing you noticed. In addition to that, though, he uses a powerful gesture, so we're seeing our typical president, but he's still feeling, I guess, the angst over last week. So little things are leaking out, and you clearly see it in the mouth. Disagreement, discomfort, anxiety, all these things are showing as he rolls his lips in and then bites down on them hard. So I think what we'll see hopefully in the next segment is something a little bit more powerful. I'll be back in the 8 o'clock hour.
Oh,
thank you.
Can't wait to see, because you know, you see it here, you know, when you're holding that tension in there. So
I realize like crossing the body.
Yeah.
Always
fascinating stuff.
All right, speaking of SNL, Saturday Night Live alum Tina Fey stopped by the Late Show with David Letterman to promote the final season of her show 30 Rock, but Dave steered the conversation to the uncomfortable topic of her family. So what was she saying without saying any words? Well, PIX 11 contributor and body language expert Tonya Reiman is here with more. Tonya, what's going on? What was Tina not saying?
This was so great because you see in the beginning of the clip, she's very calm, you know, a little bit fidgety, but she's calm and she's taking it in. Once the subject of her family comes in, you see a whole bunch of very childlike tendencies come out. This is one of them, sitting on the hand. So let's roll the clip and we'll talk about it.
Now, let's see. We have photos here, Tina. Can we show some of these?
Why, sure.
So this is your daughter Penelope's first birthday cake.
Oh yeah, I made her a cake. I tried to like all working
moms. This is what I'm talking about. You really have it all. You're baking cakes. You're an empire unto yourself.
I think my husband would tell you I'm a horror. So I tried to make her a cake. I tried to make a Mickey Mouse cake.
This is funny. Okay, so let's break it down as she goes. See how she shifts in a chair and then she grabs both sides, and she does that for the extra support. She sits on her hands, which is that childlike way of saying, I don't want to talk about this. It's as if, you know, if I'm not gesturing, I'm not speaking, and that's what we tend to do. Hand gestures are associated with speech, so if you're sitting on your hands, you're really not giving it your all. You can see that she doesn't want to talk about this as she doesn't make eye contact, and then the final piece of this is the little fingers twitching underneath her. So all in all, what you need to realize is a body language tip. If you see a shift in physiology, if you see somebody's gesture changing from one direction to the other or going big to small, recognize they've just told you something non-verbally. Thanks so much. Have a good week.
Thank you, Tonya. Interesting to hear about Tina Fey being uncomfortable, because you would think that she would just laugh it off. It's fine.
Make a joke out of everything.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot hide from the body language expert. All right, remember you can watch body language expert Tonya Reiman every Monday and Thursday morning right here on PIX 11.